This could be potentially disastrous. Oh. He broke his actual penis. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. We've got a really busy day today because we are PDing our cows. Well, we're not PDing all of them. We're only PDing the ones that are at home because some are away from home. Can't do them yet till they get back. But we've got about 65 here that need PDing, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. The reason why I'm nervous is because today we'll start and find out whether those bull issues that we had back in the sort of early summer have caused problems with getting cows in calf. And they're not problems that we really want to have, but I'm kind of feeling like they're problems that we're probably gonna have. Now, if you're new to this channel, I probably should explain what those bull issues were, but the list is pretty long. So first of all, when we semen tested all of our bulls, which we do every year, Hornblower, our senior bull, our main man, been with us for about 10 years, had about 400 calves. He actually failed his semen test and we had to get rid of him. And I'm not gonna lie, very heartbreaking, don't wanna talk about it. That meant that we were a bull short, so we decided to go out and look for a new bull. We bought a stabilizer bull called Yeti, lovely yearling bull. He went out with the cows, but when he went out with the cows, one of the other Charolais bulls decided to go lame, which meant that we were still a bull short. When he went lame, we decided, why not just try and group the cows together, get some bigger groups and see if we can persevere with 3 bulls. We really need 4 bulls, but we'll try and go with 3. Trouble with that was, Lewis, our now newly promoted senior bull, decided to break his penis. You heard me, he broke his actual penis. Now, we don't know what that is gonna mean for Lewis long term. It's gone down a little bit now, the swelling was enormous, but it meant short term that we couldn't use him. So that meant we only had 2 bulls that worked, so we had to go out and buy another bull. We bought another stabilizer bull called Wizard, and we put him in and we left the bulls in for an extra 3 weeks. We never would normally do that, but considering the trouble we had, it was about all we could really do to try and mitigate the problems. Obviously, there was also a massive drought this year, for those of you who hadn't realised, and that was putting a lot of stress onto the cows. The cows were struggling for a condition, we were having to feed them and such like. So, I'm not gonna lie, all those things culminated together make me a little bit nervous about how well these cows have got in calf. So, today, we're gonna find out how big this issue is. Hopefully, it's not an issue, but if it is an issue, and it's a big issue, we're gonna have to have some serious conversations about where we go from here, because this could be potentially disastrous. Right, Dad is just getting the cows in, so we're gonna hop in a buggy and go and join him. We got them in, didn't we, B? They weren't too bad actually, so we'll go for his breakfast now, and then we'll come out, draft off the cows, and Ruben will be here to PD them about 9:30, I think. Right, now we've had breakfast, and we're all fed and watered, I'm going to start and draft off some of these cows from the cars, make life easy for us. We've moved the cows out of the yard now because you can't actually hear yourself think when they're here. We probably should start with the negatives. First negative, way too many not in calf, just way too many. Considering that's only half of our cows, just too many. Now, we were expecting things not to be great with the bull issues that we've had and things like that, but just it seems to be one kick in the teeth after another at the minute. Next negative, 9 out of those 14 were one particular age group. We had a problem with this age group last year, and we had 10 of that age group still left at home. The rest are at Thornton. 9 of those 10 didn't get in calf. We found out since that where we bought those calves from, before we had them, had a salmonella outbreak. That might not sound like a significant thing, but salmonella affects the gut lining, which means that the cow, when it eats, doesn't get the energy from the food that it should get, because it can have scarring in there and stuff like that, which then can have a knock-on effect, because that means that the cow can't get the energy, which stops its cycling, which means that it doesn't get in calf, which we're kind of thinking is the reason why we had a big problem with them last year, and we're still having a problem with the ones that are left. The rest of the cows that didn't get in calf, to be fair, were old cows. One of them was like 15 years old, there was another one that was 13 years old, and they calved right at the end of the pattern last year, so chances are that they probably wouldn't have got in calf anyway. I'm not too worried about those ones. They're the ones that you get all the time. But there are some positives, because every single heifer got in calf, and it looks like the bulls have worked pretty well, and most of them seem to be in calf to the stabilizer, so I'm really pleased about that. Right, so now I've got all that sorted, I'm gonna have a scrape up with the bucket because they've made a right mess. Well, that looks a lot better, neater and tidier, but I should really dig out the old Dexter because the Fordson makes a better job with a proper scraper on it. Buried in the shed up the top. Got to move some kit. Should definitely do it. It's winter now, isn't it? Need to actually feed the young stock which are in that shed, because I didn't feed them this morning because I knew I was getting them cows in. I didn't want them just to eat all their silage, so they had a bit of straw up the trough. And Marley and I are going to go and put some silage up, aren't we? Okay, there you go. Keep thinking about the cows. I'm kind of glad that we went down the stabilizer route, even though we've only got 10 actual mature cows at the minute, because fertility is such a key driver for those guys. It just feels so constantly harsh when you're trying your hardest to build cow numbers and look after the animals that you've got and just do the best job that you can do, and you constantly keep getting knockbacks and quite big knockbacks as well. You know, having that many cows that aren't in calf, it's just really tough. I mean, I always promised to myself that on this YouTube channel I would share the good, the bad and the ugly, but it just seems to have been a lot of bad lately. You know, this year has been a really tough year for us, going down with TB, and then we had that just string of bull issues, and with this it seems to be a never-ending cycle. It'd be nice to get a break one time. I mean, if we're looking on the bright side, I don't think we're going to be short of grass next year. What the hell are you doing? Just calm down. Whoa, calm down. Sometimes cows do some stupid things. You know the other thing, though? Obviously, we've had a really tough year. Everything's gone wrong. It's just not been great, and it's been hard financially, emotionally, like everything's just been really tough. This is still the best job in the world. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what you do. This is the best job in the world, and nothing is going to change that. Oh, why I think about it, what do you think to the video and audio quality of this video? Because I have invested in a new camera and a microphone to try and improve things, so we shouldn't get that horrible wind noise, and we should get better quality video as well. Anyway, I've got something else to do, so I'm going to crack on. I hope you have a good weekend. Ta-da!